Hello everyone and welcome to The Real Rundown. I'm Josh and today I'm here to give my ranking for all 7 films in the Scream franchise from worst to best. Now, this is my ranking and if yours is different, that's okay. I'd love to hear yours down in the comment section below. Now, before we dive in, most of you watching aren't subscribed. So if you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. It's free and keeps you up to date with all the latest videos. Now, with that out of the way, let's start the rundown. Coming in last place, I have Scream 3. Now, what really makes this the worst in the franchise for me is the more comedic and cheesy tone the film goes for, instead of the more suspenseful horror tone in the first 2 films, which doesn't work all that well. The Ghostface reveal in the film as well is quite unearned and feels somewhat unnecessary. The film also uses this to retcon a part of the first film as well, which in my opinion is a major detriment to the film and also just feels unnecessary. The new characters as well are also quite forgettable and boring, and the film doesn't do a good job of trying to get you to connect with them, which just makes it so you don't really care when one of them is unalived. That's why for me it comes in last place. Coming in 6th place I have Scream 7. Technically speaking, the film is great, with its erratic camera movements and eerie score really helping to make the film more intense and engaging. The deaths as well are also some of the more violent and creative of the franchise, and really helps to sell how dangerous Ghostface is in this film. However, the heavy focus on nostalgia, the predictable plot and reveal of the Ghostfaces, the poor character work and the serviceable performances in the film really drag the film down quite a bit, and definitely make it one of the weaker entries in the franchise. That's why for me, it comes in 6th place. Coming in 5th place, I have Scream 4. Now, the film suffers from a lot of the same problems as Scream 3, with there being more of an emphasis on comedy and camp rather than serious horror, and some uninteresting new characters. However, the Ghostface reveal and their motive is somewhat decent, and does help the film be a lot better than the previous 2 entries on this list. The film also features some of the more brutal and creative deaths in the franchise, which again just makes it all the more better. That's why for me it comes in 5th place. In 4th place I have Scream 2. Now in a lot of ways this film is better than the original, such as its higher stakes, more deaths, some iconic scenes such as the opening theatre scene, its meta commentary on horror sequels, a deeper mystery and some strong character development with returning characters that make it a great film. However, the new characters aren't as strong as the original films, especially who Ghostface is in this film, where it was pretty obvious who it was, as well as the excessive filler that is in the film that really drags it down a bit for me. That's why for me it comes in 4th place. Coming in 3rd place I have Scream 6. Now what really makes the film quite good is its shift to a big city setting with New York, which just helps to make the film feel more original and distinctly different from the rest of the franchise. The development of the newer characters from Scream 5 is also great, and is really able to make them some of the better characters in the franchise. The film also features some of the best action scenes and deaths in the franchise, especially during the bodega and subway scenes. However, the film's Ghostface reveal is quite underwhelming and their motivations being quite lackluster, as well as the core 4 characters surviving what would be fatal injuries for other characters, which just makes it quite over the top in that aspect and just drags the film down a bit for me. That's why for me it comes in 3rd place. Taking the runner-up spot on my list I have Scream 5. Now this film for me is definitely the one that is able to strike a great balance between the legacy characters and newer characters, and make them all equally interesting and compelling. The central mystery as well this time around is definitely the best since the original film, with the reveal of the Ghostfaces actually being quite surprising, and their motives being quite interesting. The mix of horror, suspense and comedy is also some of the best in the franchise since the original, and really helps to make the film as good as it is. However, the film isn't without its flaws, with the film lacking some suspenseful scenes such as chase scenes, as well as the death of that character, where I won't say who, that does feel somewhat unnecessary and is not handled all that well. That's why for me it comes in 2nd place. That means taking my top spot I have the one that started it all, Scream. Now this film for me takes the top spot as it really helped to revitalize the horror genre with its meta commentary on the genre, as well as it being a whodunit mystery that really helps to set it apart from other horror films. The film also effectively balances horror, suspense and comedy, which not only helps to make the film fun, but also quite scary at times as well. The film's cast of characters are also quite relatable in a lot of ways, and do have some emotional depth to them which really helps to make you care for them. However, the film isn't without its flaws, with the whodunit being quite predictable and being a little obvious who the killers are, and it does fall into familiar tropes of the horror and mystery genres, which can make it feel like it lacks originality in a few aspects. However, the film is still great, and it's easily still the best film in the franchise, and why for me it comes in first place on my list. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and share. Also don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a single upload from the channel. And as always, I'll see you on the next rundown.